Yo, my people, today is going to be about Rasmus Horjlund and if he can turn his career around at United. So let's get into it. So with Rasmus Horjlund, he came from Atalanta in Italy and we signed him on a 5-year deal. We paid £64 million for him, plus another £8 million in add-ons for the 20-year-old striker at the time. Ten Hag signed Rasmus Horjlund on the 6th of August 2023, and I personally feel it was a panic buy. We wanted to get Osimhen and Kane all summer, but unfortunately those two didn't come to our club. Kane ended up signing with Bayern and Osimhen stayed at Napoli. I feel like both of those two players were kind of unrealistic signings at the time for the position that Man United were in, because both of them were top players and probably wanted to play Champions League, and that's not something that we could offer them. So I feel like we panicked and we had to buy someone, and we ended up with Rasmus Horjlund. Horjlund's first season with Manchester United, he looked pretty decent. His movement looked good, he was making good runs off the ball, and he was quick and tenacious. He wasn't being found a lot of the time by the players behind him, such as Rashford, Bruno and Anthony, but he managed to score 10 Premier League goals, 5 goals in the Champions League and 1 in the FA Cup, which is a good return. 16 goals for a 20-year-old making his debut for Manchester United in the Premier League is good. Going into the second season, I thought he would kick on and improve, even though it would be under a new manager and a new system. I still thought he would either match his goal tally or potentially maybe score more, because he would be used to the Prem, used to the pace of the Prem. So I thought he would improve. But unfortunately, this season, he's only scored 2 goals. He's looked nothing more than a championship player. And he spends too much time wrestling with defenders instead of trying to make space for himself. And he normally ends up losing the battle and he ends up on the floor. There's too many times in matches I see him wrestling with defenders and he ends up on the floor. It just doesn't make sense as to why you wouldn't try and make space for yourself. But I don't know what's going through his head. I do understand that he's in a team that does not create many chances, so that is one factor, but he does not help himself. I don't think he will survive at United if he continues to give us 2 out of 10s every week. But he is young and he can improve, but it needs to be quick because a new striker is coming in the summer, so he will struggle to get game time. But just let me know what you think in the comments, and if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, just let me know. But that's my take on Rasmus Horjlund.